for that final panel alone, I feel like it's going to heat up a lot of the Bleach fandom. I can already see the comments exploding after this chapter because of Toshiro being back, having the main focus with the miracle. I can already see the huge divide on this chapter before I even get any further. I can already see the divide. I can already see some saying, why is this boy Toshiro back when he always loses a fight? He's crap. But that's the argument I can see. And there's going to be other that's going to defend him, say, oh, he finally has a fight, he's back, his attire looks cool, so forth, so on. So, I can already see the huge divide from the fandom, from this chapter. That final part of the chapter, I see the huge divide. And I'm kind of scared. I'm very scared to see what I'm going to see when I finally upload this video. But for now, though, okay. So, this chapter of Bleach, it's finally back, the first chapter of 2016. You can kind of divide this into two segments. For the first segment, you have it to where Askin, he continues to fight. He pretty much says, I told you so. I can nullify your, your spirit pressure. You can't do shit to me. He's pretty much OP. And, you have it to where Yoruichi's, brother is pretty much critically wounded. And that's pretty much all we got in that first part of the chapter. Nothing really new and nothing we really didn't already expect. So not really much to talk about when it comes to that. Now, the second half of the chapter, you have it to where the Miracle, he gets the main focus, so we shift over to another fight. We leave Askin's fight, and we go over to the Miracle's fight, and currently, he's pretty much talking smack. He's high up there. He's like, I don't see anyone. You all are small as shit. I mean, I guess I should probably go through all the rubble and shit trying to find you, because I'm the Miracle. And, one thing or another, he's like, I'm going to crush you guys like ants. You guys are shit compared to me. You can't do nothing. I'm a monster, yada yada. He's about to smash the ground. You see the Vizards pop up, and they actually remember to use their mask, which, finally, we get to see the mask once again, the holification mask. We get to see the Vizards coming in and using their mask. And I have to say, I was glad to see that. I was very glad to see that. Sadly enough, majority of them couldn't really fight. They got kind of their asses handed to them, which then eventually led into the final portion of the chapter to where Toshiro pops up, says, I guess if we can't defeat you with damage, I guess we could just stop you, and that's kind of how the chapter ends. So before we even get into that, let's talk about the Vizards. So the Vizards, I'm really glad to see them back. I'm glad they remember to use their mask, and the chocolate bar slider, or whatever, like, what? Okay. But, I'm glad to see them use their mask. Even though they weren't really effective, I'm glad to see them back and how they were fighting, and to see how we get to see the designs of the mask once again. The main thing I want to point out is the actual title of this chapter, which many might have missed, which I don't think you could, but you know what, I'm going to just point it out regardless. The title of this chapter, Bleach, was upside down. It was completely upside down, which, soon as I started thinking about it, it clicked in my head, like, wait a minute, doesn't one of our Vizards, don't they have the ability to kind of, like, flip shit? I was like, don't you remember that shit from, Aizen's fight? And I'm like, oh yeah, Shinji, his overall power he has. And I'm thinking, like, is Kubo kind of hinting that Shinji's gonna be one of the main people probably to fight the Miracle? Is he gonna be the main person to probably take him down? If so, this is very scary, because this hints at Toshiro losing, which I know how the community feels about that. I really know how the community feels about Toshiro and his fights to, all stuff like that. I mean, this is a man that got beat by Basby, even. So, I don't know how to feel about it, because I feel like that's what Kubo is implying. He's implying that Shinji's gonna pop up, and he's gonna fight once Toshiro probably gets, and then he's gonna pop up, fight the Miracle, and pretty much defeat him. So, if that happens or doesn't happen, I feel like there's more foreshadowing to whatever that title is supposed to mean, because it's upside down, and that's definitely meant to mean something. Maybe not for this fight. If it doesn't happen, maybe it's for another fight, but clearly it is meant for something, because Kubo would not flip the damn words over unless he fucked up in his editing. I don't think he would flip the words over for no reason at all. So that is definitely implying something that we should expect in the next couple of chapters. But back on to Toshiro. Okay, so besides the mixed reactions to him coming back, Toshiro, he has the ability, like one of the best abilities to actually go up against the Miracle at this moment, because as we know, the Miracle, he gets stronger by taking damage, pretty much Yami. And with this, where Toshiro can stop, the Miracle by freezing him over, it actually makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like a counter to him, because he's not really damaging him, he's just stopping him from moving, and if he can stop him from moving, like freezing completely over, then Miracle really can't fight at all, and I can see how that could be the perfect counter to his ability. But even then, it makes you wonder, like, could he really stop him? Because, I mean, this is a person that was just kicking the shit out of, like, all of these people, and then Toshiro comes in, can he really do it? Now, besides that, however, let's talk about his design. Toshiro's design, very badass. I cannot put that design down. But this is one of the greatest parts about Kubo, is his character designs. He really does some good character designs, and the design of Toshiro's outfit, very nice. Very slick, very clean, looks awesome, and I have no issue whatsoever with his new design. It's very bad fucking ass. But that's about it. I mean, the chapter, very simple, very basic. It really is just going to be a divided chapter, and I'm very curious to see what everyone thinks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.